Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Star Wars, as recently we have now passed the 7th year anniversary of the release of Star Wars: The Last Jedi, one of, if not the most controversial sequels for a franchise released in years, actually. So for those of you guys who don't know this about me, the reason why I never really watched Star Wars growing up is because it was ultimately just for fucking losers and nerds. So I was obviously watching other Giga Chat shit like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Power Rangers, and Sonic and all that other stuff, and like watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And playing Pokemon. Star Wars, Harry Potter was always for losers, right? So but I do remember the hype that Star Wars had. I remember growing up when the prequel movies were coming out when I was in grade school, and it was just, oh my God, commercials and ads and toys were everywhere. I remember Star Wars: The Clone Wars coming on Toonami. Actually, that was like the last bastion of Star Wars content for a little bit there. And around, let's say, about the day of The Last Jedi coming out, you guys know James, right? He said, "You want to go see The Last Jedi with me? I bought an extra ticket and I don't want to give it to anyone else. You want it?" And I was like, sure. And keep in mind, I don't like Star Wars anyway at that moment in time. So I chose to just bring a date. I actually had a date that I brought that night. So I watched The Last Jedi as my very first Star Wars movie. And it was just honestly a steaming pile of shit. There were people that actually...
And you haven't had a date since, I'm assuming, because, oof.
Because
word got around, like, MSK took me to Last Jedi. I watched Luke Skywalker drink some green alien bird booby juice. And, all the ladies heard that, and it destroyed your Riz.
So, as you guys know, from that moment, even watching The Last Jedi in theaters, people were clapping. I was like, why are you clapping? This movie's absolute dog shit. So then, around the whole lockdown period, I just chose to myself and thought about this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and watch all of these from the beginning to where it's at now. So that also included me rewatching The Last Jedi. Because I was like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was in a bad mood that day, and maybe I didn't give the movie a fair shake. So, as you guys know, I watched all the movies in order. I like the original trilogy a lot. It's really, really good. I don't really like the prequel movies all that much. I think I'm not that good. I think Revenge of the Sith is the best prequel movie, but I think the first two prequel movies are really not that good. And the first one's literally only carried by Liam Neeson and the Jedi lightsaber battle toward the very end. I think the first two prequel movies are overrated dog shit, honestly, in my opinion. But I like the third one. I think the third one's actually pretty good. So then after that, I actually watched the Disney movies from start to finish. Force Awakens isn't good or memorable at all. Rogue One is probably their best movie, if I'm being honest here. Even that's pretty forgettable. Most of the characters are not memorable at all. The only thing people remember about it is the very end when Darth Vader comes out and he starts slaying through all of the Rebel Alliance forces. That's it. And then it ties into the first movie because the girl had to get the schematics to Leia, obviously, to know about the Death Star and all that stuff. And then after that, you get The Last Jedi. I actually rewatched The Last Jedi again. And yeah, it was still a steaming pile of dog shit. I actually literally sat through it. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a chance. I'll be fair. No, it's just absolutely just a worthless pile of shit. I even hated it more when I actually watched all the movies in context. I actually hated it even more the second time watching it. Yeah. So then I watched The Rise, and after that, we watched Han Solo. I'll be honest here, I didn't think Solo was that bad, but it was just so unneeded and not necessary. I was like, why are we making this? There's some cool parts in it, but it's just super forgettable. It's just, that's the problem with the Disney movies. It's not even just the fact that they're bad. They're just all really forgettable. Then came one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, The Rise of Skywalker, where it literally started. I shit you not, if no one's ever seen it, because everyone knows the Emperor Palpatine return. It literally starts with, and somehow the Emperor returned. Not kidding you. That's legitimately what happened. Watched it. Straight up wanted to hang myself. No, literally, I contemplated.
Ass.
This is back then when I
ass.
used to live next to a bridge. Literally contemplated getting a rope and just ending that shit. I was like, did I just waste 2 hours of my life watching that? Literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not being hyperbolic. That movie is dog shit.
Oh, it's hot ass.
So that's the other problem with the Disney Star Wars trilogy, episode 7, 8, and 9. Rey, I don't care what people say. Daisy Ridley sucks as an actress. I saw her in Switched at Birth.
She's boring.
She's not good. She sucked in Switched at Birth. She wasn't even a good mom to an autistic kid. Think I'm gonna allow her to fucking be in my Star Wars movies? Then her acting sucks. Nothing about Rey is a good character. Like nothing is interesting about Rey. When people say, "Oh, I think Daisy Ridley's acting is good," then what?
No,
what?
She was a Mary
part of
Sue.
her acting is good?
She might be a good. You know what she would be good in? She'd be good in something far more dry and far more British. Like if you put her in some of those shit, I can't remember the name of them. Like Pride and Prejudice and stuff like that. If they were doing modern versions of those,
dude,
those she'd probably be fine in.
Watch this. Did you see
Jane Austen? There we go.
People could ask me, did you see her in anything else but The Last Jedi? I just said I saw her in a TV series, Switched at Birth, and I saw her on the Oriental Express movie with Johnny Depp when they had that big no, it's the movie directed by Kenneth Branagh when he's doing Harry O. Picoy.
Yeah, I liked those. I mean, in all honesty,
she wasn't the star of that. They tried so hard in that movie with Kenneth Branagh to make her a star. She's bad. She was
forgettable in it. The only guy, the guy who plays Hercule Poirot, who plays that character in a number of other movies, he's good. I liked him. Like
they tried so hard in that movie to make her like, hey, give us something here.
Yeah,
even Johnny Depp.
Sorry, they're not going to polish that. They're not going to polish that her into a star, dude. And they haven't. She hasn't. No one wants her in anything. Nobody puts her in anything.
She's literally not interesting. So
no, she's not good. Mm-hmm. All of the best actors in the sequel trilogy basically took a back seat to her, and it's unfortunate because they couldn't make her interesting. She just wasn't.
So my thing with her is when people say, "Oh, she wasn't just given good material." Guys, how retarded do you sound when you say stuff like that? So literally, I'm going to help you out with this. Apply this logic in your brain, okay? So when people use that line, she didn't get any good material. I know I've watched a lot of bad movies in my life. I know plenty of actors not given nothing good, and they still gave a quality performance, even though they knew it was a pile of shit. Yep. She literally has the same stiff, horrible acting that Henry Cavill does. Same. They do the same. They can't act to save their life. But let's Henry Cavill. At least he did act.
No, I've seen Cavill in things where he's been good. What the hell was that?
He was good in Mission Impossible 6. He was good in Mission Impossible Fallout.
Mission Impossible 6, he was really good. There's a spy movie. I can't remember the name of it. Shit. That was one that he was good in. Like, I can find things that he's been interesting in. I have this movie in my digital collection, too. What the hell is it called?
Oh, the other thing I'll mention for The Last Jedi is the other characters. So let's do the black guy's name, Finn, Poe. Finn, yeah, that's his name, right? Or Poe. Who the fuck these guys are? So...
the Man from U.N.C.L.E. That's what it was called.
So I'll do Oscar Isaac's character. Oscar Isaac's character, Poe, might be the most worthless, forgettable character ever. Ever. He is just useless garbage.
That's the thing. Oscar Isaac still did more with that character than Rey did with Rey Skywalker.
He's so forgettable, man.
Period.
I don't remember anything he did.
He's so forgettable because he got shoved into a back seat. Oscar Isaacs could have if you had an Oscar Isaacs movie where it was like Poe and it was like, say,
Finn,
Rogue Squadron or some shit.
Yeah.
Like with him as the lead, that would have been interesting. If you made Oscar Isaacs the focal point of that as the lead of Rogue Squadron or whatever, even if it was as Poe Dameron, if you modernized it, who fucking cares? Yeah. That would have been more interesting than the sequel trilogy because it wouldn't be Rey wouldn't be the focal point.
Yeah.
And then you completely you do like they did with Darth Maul and you shit all over Captain Phasma or whatever. That's like, oh, look at this shit. They don't even ever explain the fucking armor. They just throw her
or even let's do Finn's character, the black guy that they censored, even though Disney claims to like black people, yet they censored him for their poster. So Finn, I'm gonna just be honest here. You guys know I don't lie to you. I don't need to. Finn's character sucks too. Finn is only remembered because of an idea that they just completely threw away. Finn's also not interesting. None of them are interesting. If you really look at it, all of them are just ghetto versions of Luke, Han, and Leia. And that's what the sequel trilogy
Well,
is. It's a
and that's the thing,
ghetto
and they just
version
mix
of
them
the
up.
original trilogy. All of them are. Last Jedi is trying to be Empire Strike Back, but literally everything worse. Actually, just worse. Rise of Skywalker is trying to be Return of the Jedi, worse. And the first movie, Force Awakens, is trying to be like the first one. People even said Force Awakens is just a New Hope. Just
Force Awakens
recontextualized,
was just a New Hope. There was no
except
difference.
worse and forgettable.
Yeah, it was just shittier.
God, it's so trash. All of it was bad. Like,
No, it will do
oh,
it.
man, I hate
We
it.
know what this
Fucking
is.
hell.
It's a classic. It is what is modern day creatives. Modern day entertainment is literally rehashing everything that already happened before because the creatives have run out of creative ideas.
They
They
didn't
don't
even do
have
a good
any
idea of it.
new
Another
ideas
thing,
to tell.
another thing I'll say reason why Disney also failed when it came to The Force Awakens when I first watched it is because you know me, man, and you know as well as I do, average people are retarded. You know that, right? Average people, when the Star Wars movies were over, after Episode 3 was over, you know, average people didn't know there were books out there or comics, right? I'm not saying the comics are bad. I know people love the comics out there too, and some of the things I've read are really, really good. So I'm not saying the EU was bad. I'm not saying the comics are bad. But the average person did not know there were books and comics based around Star Wars. So they're going only off movies here. So right when you have The Force Awakens, they had a perfect opportunity to show you an immense like flashback of like, okay, this is what happened. This is why the universe ends up the way it is. They do nothing. They just kind of do that little stupid gay writing texting they do at every movie. It's like, oh, the Empire, blah, blah, blah. It's like, wait. How do we get from Return of the Jedi to this? You wouldn't know. So Disney just absolutely sucked complete ass on this trilogy. And as you guys know, since we're doing this video, this is the anniversary week of The Last Jedi. So it was posted on Twitter. 7 years after its release, Star Wars The Last Jedi continues to polarize fans and critics alike. Detractors argue that the film's narrative is disjointed and its subversion of expectations feels unearned, which is true, labeling it as the franchise's weakest entry. Now, I would say The Rise of Skywalker is worse, and I'll go over that later. I think this is the second worst. On the other hand, supporters celebrate its innovative storytelling, emotional resonance, and originality. All that is not a thing in the movie. Often citing it as the best film in the sequel trilogy, the film's divisive reception has sparked ongoing debate about its place within the Star Wars saga, with some believing that The Rise of Skywalker was crafted in response to the criticism of The Last Jedi, and it was crafted like absolute dog shit. This has led to discussions about narrative consistency and creative direction in the Star Wars universe. So let's just go over that just really quickly. Just really quickly, okay? In Star Wars The Last Jedi, Luke, the character that apparently saved his... Okay, let's just really break this down. Because I know you guys love when I do this. So let's just really break it down piece by piece. Okay, Luke Skywalker tried to save his dad and ended up saving his dad. Someone who was so far gone corrupted, at some point, Anakin Skywalker, his dad, literally killed kids. Luke managed to get that guy to become good. He managed to get him to betray Emperor Palpatine. Okay? Then, what does Disney do in The Last Jedi? Luke attempts to kill his sisters and his nephew and his sister's kid. So you're telling me the kid that didn't know who his dad was, the kid, Luke didn't know his dad, knew his dad was a bad guy at some point, found out he was, tried to save him, ended up saving him, got him to turn against the Emperor, and you're telling me he's going to murder his... Are you fucking... And then Leia is just okay with that. Oh, I can bring you back. Oh my... kill me now. Just fucking kill me.
Dude,
so
everything... Well, that was the point.
It's just so
the point
shitty.
Was to destroy it. The point was to destroy a franchise. It's to tear down everything old. They're not going to rebuild anything new. They're just going to tear down old shit that people love and leave us with nothing to love anymore. And then they're going to stop producing DVDs
on being
of
a Jedi. Luke gave up on being a Jedi. Okay. Also in the movie, holy shit, the narrative direction is Leia gets blasted in space, doesn't die. What are we doing here? It's just so many things. Like the narrative flow changes from maybe Disney are racist and they didn't want Finn and Rey together because Finn's going off with that Kelly Marie Tran bitch in the movie, and her acting is so bad. The lightsaber battles suck. Kylo Ren, who's supposed to be Darth Vader for you guys' generation, is some whiny loser who isn't really Darth Vader. Like, also,
Not even close.
Not just with The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, Han knows his kid is mentally deranged, gets in front of him, and is surprised he killed him after admitting that he's been with the dark side for about a decade. What are we doing? None of this stuff this is trash. This is literally terrible.
Well, that making Han Solo a deadbeat dad was some bullshit too, dude. That was not the character. They completely regressed the character back to before the original fucking movie. Like, it was the whole thing was a waste of time. I would just discount that it exists.
Mm-hmm. And
Rob Liefeld's a fucking retard, so
we're gonna go over that one.
He's a retard for liking this if he's meaning it, and he's a retard for trying to make clickbait out of it. No one cares. Literally nobody is gonna even go in on this discussion.
So this was Rob Liefeld's tweet, and I will be fair with him. He liked it apparently then, he likes it now. So at least there's I'm switching up now. So I will give him that at least.
Yeah, he might. He was retarded then and he's retarded now. I don't even know that he really liked it. I think this is just clickbait.
He might be trying to appease peers. You never know these people sometimes. And hey, I will also say this. Movies are subjective, but The Last Jedi is a piece of shit. Let's just be like, Last Jedi is terrible. For all you triggered folks, it's the seventh anniversary of Last Jedi. Your responses say more than you think. What's that supposed to mean? A lot of people that were invested in this franchise, potentially since the first movie began in theaters, watched it, had their kids watch Star Wars, obviously throughout the years with the prequels eventually coming out and the Disney movies, and everyone and a lot of people that I know hate The Last Jedi. It's not a good movie. Okay? Now, does the internet blow things out of proportion? Sure. But ask yourself this. Have you met someone in real life that's actually liked The Last Jedi? Ask people. Literally ask them, did you like this movie? I've asked literally about 10, 20 people. No. No. They potentially don't like it at all. They either call it meh or just say they just absolutely hate it. Okay? Also, what The Last Jedi did is that Disney can't sell toys based around Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo Ren. Those toys are just getting stocked at Walmart's, Targets, Aldi's. They don't sell. Nothing sells anymore. Literally, the only thing that kind of saved Star Wars after The Last Jedi was The Mandalorian. I'll give The Mandalorian credit. It did kind of do a little bit there for Star Wars. It saved it a little bit. I'll give you that. But that was only temporary, So, after that, you guys know I've been kind of forming some of these tweets here. The Last Jedi is a garbage movie. Man, it is. It's fucking stinks. Look at that. Luke Skywalker on an island drinking titty milk. Literally, he forsaked being a Jedi after everything he went through in the Return of Jedi to be in The Last Jedi. It's so narratively bad. I'm sorry, guys. It's a shit movie.
It's trash. The whole thing was hot trash.
Oh my god. The part where the Supreme Leader Snoke can see all, doesn't see a lightsaber right next to him and just gets slit in half. What are we doing? Why would he
see that?
Apparently he's all-knowing and sees everything, but couldn't see a lightsaber. Like, get out of here. Fucking the whole Rey and Kylo relationship stunk ass. The whole member berries thing. Like, just, good lord. It also sucks that was Carrie Fisher's last movie, because she ended up passing away. I think it was shortly after or before the movie came out, which honestly sucks. But oh, good lord, man. I'm never watching The Last Jedi ever again. It is narratively
I only watch the theatrical cuts of the original trilogy that I have on DVD. The last releases ever done for them before Disney closeted them forever.
Mark Hamill was agreeing with the fans with what they were saying. Remember, he was at one of the interviews, and he was like, "Hey, I told Ryan Johnson. Was it Ryan Johnson? Yeah, it was Ryan Johnson who directed The Last Jedi, right? JJ? Yeah, got it right. So it was Ryan Johnson who directed The Last Jedi. And I remember Mark Hamill in an interview. He was like, "Hey, think of the fans." Mark, he said this. It was an interview. You can find it. But no, Ryan Johnson. I think Ryan Johnson can make good movies. I've liked movies he's made. Just not. I don't know why he was such a prick with Star Wars. It's like that was the clear indicator movie to show you that Hollywood doesn't care about your beloved franchises, and they'll just take a literal shit on them.
No, it was clear to show that they're actively pissed at their fans and they hate you and they want to destroy the things you like, mostly because they can't make the things they think they want to make because nobody will watch them. and they want to try to leave you with nothing else. But it's just people are going to stop watching it altogether. They'll find other shit to do.
Another thing that the reason why the sequel trilogy failed, because we're going to celebrate, I guess, the Rise of Skywalker's fucking anniversary next year. They never had Luke, Han, and Leia on screen together for this sequel trilogy. Nope. Completely huge.
Well, of course not. That's giving the fans what they want. Dude, I watch so much less fucking TV this day than I ever have in my life. Mm-hmm. There's just nothing to watch. And it's the same with the movies. I go to the movies less than I ever have in my life. The last 5 years, until this past Christmas, I haven't had Netflix turned on for like 2 years.
Oh, let's keep in mind. When we kind of circle back to Rey, what is okay? So in the first movie, I could somewhat agree to a little extent. She was kind of like the fish out of water, trying to do something there. Okay, but I don't agree with that. But for argument's sake, I will use it. In The Last Jedi, she didn't do anything. All she did was just run around, get carried throughout the movie, get told what to do. If she's going to be some leader, she's apparently got trained by Luke. She got apparently trained by Luke, and she's still losing to Kylo Ren. Like, she's still not facing him. Like, it's just a jumbled mess of a movie. Why does she get to be the lead? I'm not saying it's because she's a woman. I think people would respect a woman being there if she was a competently made character. She's not.
Well, that's the thing. She didn't earn anything.
There's nothing interesting about her.
And then they explain why she's so obscenely powerful, as if to excuse the Mary Sue-ness, because she's a fucking clone of a child of the Emperor clone or some other. Like, it was such a contrived, retarded excuse that. Yeah. But this would, this perfectly explains why nothing Rob Liefeld ever created, as far as from a writing standpoint, ever actually succeeded. Like Youngblood and anything else that he did, it all failed. One, because he could never be on time, but two, the characters were never interesting. They were shallow as fuck. They had no depth, and that's why he would like some crap story like fucking Last of the Jedi. He's not a good writer, and he doesn't have good taste in good stories at all, period.
Oh, another.
But Rob Liefeld lives in the past anyways, dude. Like, if you look at any of the rest of the crap, that he still is constantly posting about how good he did by making X-Force a really popular book for 25 minutes back in the day.
You notice that every day he's talking about, dude, it's like, okay, we get it. You were successful. Awesome.
You were successful on X-Force, and not permanently, not for a long period of time. You were successful on X-Force for a while. But how long was he really on that book? I don't even remember. How many issues did he really write on that book? Let me go and look here. Where's my mouse?
The other thing I wanted to bring up with The Last Jedi is the final part of the movie, where the disrespect to Luke Skywalker's character. So Luke is this old, not powerful Jedi anymore for some reason. He doesn't even face Kylo Ren, the kid that he almost killed, face to face. He does it through a Force ghost. And then somehow Kylo stabs Luke, and then that can kill the real Luke Skywalker, even though he's not physically there. What are we even do? So they build up to this climax of like, oh, Luke tried to kill him as a kid. So that also paints Luke as a bad guy. He almost killed a kid, right? So that makes him no different than his dad. They literally made him no different than his dad. That's what people love to hate Anakin, is the whole killing the kid thing, right? So then they built this narrative up that, oh, it's Luke. He's gonna end up having to face his demons with Kylo Ren. Well, wouldn't you be on Kylo Ren's side? If someone almost tried to kill you as a kid, you'd be mad at that guy for trying to do that. Like, is Kylo even the bad guy in that sense? Like, what are we even doing here? What level of logic is this movie? And then he can kill him in a ghost form, and then it just kills him off? Like, what the fuck is this? Is Kylo the bad guy, or is Luke the bad guy? What are we doing here? Like, just, man, fuck that. Fuck that. Last Jedi is so trash. Such a stupid, fucking worthless piece of shit. And it's sad to say, because The Rise of Skywalker is even worse. Holy shit, that movie's even worse than this one. This one was terrible. So J.J. Abrams really cooked up some horse shit in that movie. You know what I'm saying? That one's worse. Holy God. If I have to never talk about this movie ever again, my life will be complete. But it won't, because next year we're gonna celebrate.
Oh, fuck, dude! If anybody brings it up next year, I literally will just scroll past. So just like I had said, because Rob Liefeld is a whiny bitch.
Oh,
He talks so
God.
much about X-Force. Do you know how long he actually bothered to illustrate X-Force? That he turned around so bigly? He did 9 fucking issues of X-Force and then stopped. And then he stopped even doing plots on the book after issue 11.
Same
Motherfucker
with
didn't even write the book for a
Youngbloods.
whole fucking year, and he constantly strokes his dick over it. Shut the fuck up.
Same with
God.
Youngbloods.
Youngblood, yeah, dude, Youngblood wasn't even half as interesting as fucking X-Force. He just pissed and moaned because, oh, I created some characters and I don't own them. It's like, motherfucker, you read your contract, and if you didn't, that's you and your agent's fault. You're a retard.
And you know, the people that praise The Last Jedi for weak things like, oh, it had great cinematography and had great CGI. Guys, a movie having good CGI in the year of 2017 is not a W. I would expect modern technology to be better than shit from 1977. That's not a W.
Except anymore, it isn't, dude. That's the
Yeah.
thing. If you go back and watch movies from the
Return of the
80s and
Jedi
90s
had better
and
CGI.
70s,
Return of the Jedi had
the
better
CGI
than
was
Last
fine. They
Jedi.
didn't slack on the CGI, but if you watch a lot of the CGI today from Disney, dude, I'm sorry, but the practical effects that they used back in the original Star Wars just fucking look better. They just do. So much of it is slop now. So much of it is CG slop. The Muppets and the puppets and all the shit they made back in the day as actual characters looks so much more fucking real. It's surprising how fucking real it looks.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of the Disney Star Wars fans is like they're good lord. I'll say this, and I do joke around with this. If you do like the movie, like I think Nate doesn't hate it as much as we do. That's fine. That's completely fine. But the thing here with that is that movie, I guess you could say, is the ultimate barrier of agree to disagree kind of things. If someone does like it, I'm not saying to be a complete asshole to somebody if they like it, but on Twitter, it's not like that. Okay, on Twitter, people go, "Oh, you just didn't understand the complexities that Ryan Johnson wrote." Like, yes, we did. He's terrible.
There wasn't any complexity to it.
We know he can write. I
job.
like Knives Out. I think he did a great job with that first Knives Out movie. I haven't seen the second one. I saw Looper. I think Looper was actually pretty good. So I know he's decently good as a director at some things. It's just with The Last Jedi, I don't know if he had a bad interaction with a Star Wars fan. Maybe there was some weird Star Wars fans that picked on him in school. I don't know. But this man actively went out with Kathleen Kennedy to shit on Star Wars, the thing you guys love. Last Jedi is a fucking worthless, dirty, disgusting piece of shit movie.
Basically.
And I hope, if you like it, I guess, but I'm not liking that. I'm not subjecting myself to trash. So anything you want to say before we head out of this topic?
Crap, like I said, and Rob Liefeld lives in the past.
Yeah, he compared himself to Caitlin Clark recently. He said Caitlin Clark is the Rob Liefeld of the WBA. So a one-hit wonder?
Dude, Rob Liefeld is just about as janky as far as creators go as EVS is. Rob Liefeld at least fucking earned it to some extent.
All right. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.